hope you all were rocking to that because I was. Let's see who was all here. I just saw Tracy pop in. Finding Goodies too. And we had Tri Valley Detectors. Tri Valley Metal Detecting was here earlier. Ohio Metal Maven. PA Relic Hunters. Firefighter. Excuse me. Firefighter Detecting. Gene. Nailed it detecting. Why she digs Alabama. Think I named you all for now. Don't think there's anybody on Facebook yet. Don't really get that many people on Facebook, but I figure I keep, streaming to it. Why not? If you haven't liked my page on Facebook, you should, because I never post anything. So, um, so while we wait for others to join us, because I think I skipped last week and it throws people off. But I had to go visit my buddy Iron Antler Adventures. He hit 3,000 subs and he was doing a little celebration. So, I had to go and spend a little time with Beard. So I figured I'd take the night off. And, some people did hop over and join in his stream. So that's cool. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Um, I don't even think I went detecting this weekend. I don't remember. I don't think I did. It was only 3 days ago. I should be able to remember. But that's at CRS. So I'm going to assume that most people are like me and never read the title description or the video description. I rarely do. So I had put in there that tonight we'd try something different. So I'm going to tell you, and we'll do it next week. So when I make the thumbnail, and I'll make it earlier than I usually do, I'll make it early enough that you guys will all see it. And then I want you to comment in the comment section on the video, on the live stream when I set it up, what subject you want to cover. But for tonight, throw a subject in the chat and we'll talk about it. Meanwhile, I'm going to talk about. I went to see. I don't know how many people still go to the theater. They're expensive. Here Tuesday nights I think are half price or something. So my friend and I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy, the third one, and it was pretty good. For a third in the series, it was actually pretty good. Usually, by the time they get to third, it's not that great usually. And I think Fast and the Furious is on 73 or 85 or something, right? But look at the price of that ticket. Let me see if I can get it. My fingernails are still dirty because I literally just got back from detecting a little while ago. Come on, focus on that price. Maybe if I pull out a little. If I pull out too far, you won't. There you go. You can see it now. See that ticket price? So because of that ticket price, we're going to go and see The Evil Dead next week. Because the ticket price was $666. I didn't find out much. I've got to still put it in the ugly box and clean it up a little bit because I think there might be something very faintly on the front of it. Could be wishful thinking. Then once I get clearer and better pictures, I will send them to Buckle Boy. He asked me to do that. So, hey, Looterate. So, hopefully we'll know something soon. Now, when I did look at the buttons and stuff online, a lot of them were Napoleonic buttons, French buttons from the Napoleon's Wars. I'm not sure this is one, but it's definitely the birdcage is French. So. All right, I'll send you my email after this, Tracy. Lucky Duck Digger. I'm just looking at your sticker today. So, yeah, so last night I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. If any of you guys are a little nerdy, hey Piney Man, and watch Marvel and DC movies. On the Marvel series, I really do enjoy the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're a little more grungy. I kind of like that. This one was pretty good. Wasn't bad at all. Um, hey Julie Clayton, I see you just popped a like. So I know you're watching. Hey Mr. Diggs, always glad for Clad. So that's what I did last night. I went out and saw Guardians of the Galaxy, was not disappointed. You know, sometimes, like I said, when you see a third or second sometimes in a series, they're just not as good as the first. This was pretty good. Very cool. Yes, we are all nerdy in our own ways. Speaking of buttons, I found 4 post-Civil War Eagle buttons. 2 still had leather attached to the shank. That is very cool. I like it when you find those old buttons and they still have, fabric or thread or leather in your case still in there. I found a Civil War button. I think when I was with Great Finds, I had some cloth in it still. That's what I just saw, Tracy. So I will not give you any spoilers. Don't worry. But I'll give you my thoughts about it. Viento Samurai. You found a lot of coins today. Very cool. I did too. I found a lot of coins today. So, like I said, if you're a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy series or the movies, whatever, the comics, it's good to see. If you go full price, you won't be disappointed you spent the money. The first 20 minutes though, I felt like I was lost. I don't know if it's because when I got to the theater, I was a little aggravated because the seat was our seats were broken and they didn't come to fix them until 10 minutes into the movie. Clark's Cove detecting. So that's probably why I felt really lost through most of it because of that. But hey, Louis Villarreal, how are you? But other than that, it's a good movie. It was a good movie. I was not disappointed. You'll like it, Tracy. If you like the first 2, you'll like it. It was not disappointing in any way. Sylvester Stallone is old. He's in it. Small part. So, anything else you want to put out there? I'm still trying to figure out what I did Sunday because I don't really remember. Did I do something Sunday? What did I do Sunday? I can't even remember. That's not good. I know I didn't go detecting because I was like, I could go today. But I don't really know what I did. I don't remember what I did Sunday. I probably didn't do anything, and that's why I can't remember doing it because I didn't do anything. And this weekend I'll be at Deep Digging, PA, but just for the one day, just Sunday. Somebody canceled because of family. Oh, it was Mother's Day. Thank you, Clark's Cove. I deliver flowers. That's right. I totally forgot. I was supposed to. We were going to try to meet up, my son and his fiance and the baby, and um, the baby's bigger brother Joseph. But there was just a lot going on down in Maryland, and so we ended up not being able to meet up. And I told him don't feel bad, she's got family in Maryland, and spend the time with them. There'll always be another time. I mean, we can't expect tomorrow. We can't even expect the next 5 minutes, but we could still plan. So we will plan to do something another day, and I'm okay with that. And then I made myself corn dogs. That was my Mother's Day dinner. But yeah, I'll be going to DDPA this weekend just for Sundays, like I was saying. Because I'm only going the one day because I have to work Saturday. So somebody had to cancel. So I called the hotel, and unfortunately, I didn't call in enough time. Somebody else had jumped on it and took the room. So I'm still camping, and I have no idea who else is camping there. So hopefully, at least one person I know. So, and because I'll be setting my tent up in the dark, I'll be getting out there probably 8:30 ish, 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's like a 4.5, 5 hour drive for me. So that's what I'm doing this weekend, and probably bringing Slash because my brother can't watch him. That's like that. What is everybody else doing this weekend? Hopefully something fun. So yeah, put something in the chat and we'll talk about it. I already talked about the movie now. I can't give spoilers now, so you know, beach hunting. Oh, I hope you're all right, Lucky Duck. You never expect to get rear-ended. Oh, celebrating your niece's 7th birthday. Beach hunting in the water. Is that what you're doing this weekend? That's cool. Hey, Iffy Signals. Yeah, it's almost water hunting season. I did go last week. I did go to my wooded spot. I video uploaded Friday, and I don't think there's going to be too many more opportunities to get in there until the fall. Hey, Practical Ken. Um, I think the woods hunting is probably done for the summer, unless I'm desperate. It's pretty grown up. Grew up pretty fast actually. When I left to go to Texas, there was no leaves on the trees. I came back, everything's green and growing really fast too. So, I mean, we just had like 5 or 6 days of rain, and that that's not helping. Going trail riding Friday and detecting on Sunday. Live stream on Saturday. Very cool. Expressions of the outdoors. How you doing? So yeah, pop something in the chat. We'll talk about it. I'm sure you guys got things on your minds. Ticks are hungry in Alabama. Aqua Chicken just put a video out about ticks. I get ticks year round, but definitely more in the summer. I think I'm at some point in the last 10 years I've developed an allergy to ticks. So as soon as they bite me, I pretty much know. And so I guess I'm happy about that. I'm not happy I'm getting bit, but I'm happy I know right away. Very nice, Lewis. 14 karat white gold engagement wedding ring a couple weekends ago. Diamonds all over it. Hey, Patty Disharoon. So yeah, you should check out his video. He posted it on Facebook. I do use Promethean, whatever it's called. I do use that. I do spray my pants with that and my shoes actually, and my socks. And I probably should spray my shirts. I hate tucking in shirts. Mark DeBerg has entered the building, but you really should tuck in your shirt. And I found some really good repellent in Maine that was like 90% DEET. So I do put a little of that on me. It's hard to avoid them, Viento. Um, you don't even have to detect to get ticks. There's lots of people who like to walk the trails in the woods. You can get them in your backyard unless you're preventing that, which can be pretty expensive. So, I mean, I remember I just saw a Facebook memory from like 10 years ago or something where I walked my dog on the sidewalk and got home with 2 ticks. So, but it was a very mild winter. And there's going to be a really bad this year again. You take a squat. Yeah. Um, yeah, don't look at the chat. Don't look at the comments on Aqua Chicker's video, because people were pretty TMI on where they got their ticks. Expressions said to think a great topic of discussion is how to balance a busy work schedule with content creation. Get some chickens, they'll eat the ticks. Yeah, they do, but we have raccoons over here that'll eat the chickens. So we lost 15. Well, my landlord, but we lost 15 of them in the span of maybe a month. Yeah, Lyme's disease is no fun. So yeah, let's talk about that. How to balance a busy work schedule with content creation. It's not even just a busy work schedule. It's busy life schedule. Hey, Alice Wonderland. Plus, you get food. Yeah, eggs. Um. So yeah, raccoons they can, and I feel bad for raccoons because they're losing their lives when they're caught. Can't kill the chickens but. So when you're working full time, and some people have to work two jobs depending on where they live, and you've got your life stuff going on too, upkeep of where you live, you know, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to do laundry. How much time of the day? Oh, thank you, Tracy. How much time every day do you have for creating content? Because look, everybody that's here tonight, none of us are viral sensations because of. I'm sorry, some of these. I look at some of the TikTok things that are the content creators, the influencers, and it's crap. Like there's no effort put into what they're doing. A lot of them, it's because they just take other people's clips and make faces at it. Like, hey, Danny boy. Um, oh, that's sweet, Tracy. I'm glad you guys had a good day. Tell your mom I said Happy Mother's Day. Um, and you got to think too that unlike all of us here, most of us here, these very viral influencers are all under 30 and live at home and don't pay bills. So for us bill people paying people, us people who are actually out there adulting in the world, how do you find the time to do it all? And I mean, I'm sure you can look at my videos and see there's times I don't really have that much time to be putting a video together. So the editing's not there. And then there's time I will set aside time and put more energy into editing the video because getting the content's really not hard. I went out for 2 hours today. I had to edit it down because it was 19 minutes of footage and I edited it down to I think 16 minutes. So getting the content's not hard. That's probably the easiest part of the whole thing. But then, there's a lot that goes, as you all know, goes into creating your content. When you go out, I mean, I don't always think of the story I want to tell while I'm digging treasures. But you got to have in the back of your mind your thumbnail, your title, and then when you go to edit, you know, it, I found for me sometimes today I was off, so I went out, detected for 2 hours, I edited for 3, and I'm not done. and it's one hunt. It's not a whole lot of finds. I got about maybe half hour's worth of editing left to do, just a couple little things, and then I still have to make my thumbnail, and your thumbnail has to be catchy because I think of myself when I do my thumbnail, I try to make it, like something that would catch my attention because that's what we all look at first. We may not realize it, but we do. We look at thumbnails first. If there's a lot going on in the thumbnail, I probably won't pick it. If there's nothing in the thumbnail, I still probably won't pick it. Now, if I already know you, yes, I'm going to watch your videos. But if I just skimming around on YouTube just looking at random stuff to watch, I do not pick the boring thumbnails or the too busy thumbnails. So I try to balance my thumbnail in between two. That then you don't want to use clickbait, but there is honest clickbait, and so your title has to be catchy. Then you got to think of SEO the whole time, and I'm not entirely all that good with SEO, so obviously because I'm not viral, but um, then you got to think about the story you want to tell. So yeah, my edits always take longer than I think they will too. Uh, what is what is Chad talking about? Mark says, "How do I find the time? I don't. I got a good bit of footage that needs edited. Just don't have the time. It is. It's hard to find the time. Sometimes you have to set aside the time. But give yourself that crunch. Just I need to get this done in X amount of time. Or, if you're only putting out a video once a week, like I'm only putting out one once a week. Sometimes if I have a lot, maybe I'll put out two. But generally speaking, I'm only putting out one a week. And I don't do all my editing in the same sitting sometimes. A lot of the time. Sometimes I I download, I get all my clips onto the computer. Um, Today was easy, just off my memory card from my GoPro. That's all. Look how dirty this thing is. She's seen a lot of life. And but then if I took video on my phone, I have to send it to myself and download that to the computer. Then I take all of them and I just put them right on my editing software. And then sometimes I'll just go ahead and just hit them and have them brought down to the timeline and then go through the whole thing. But most of the time, I take each clip and before I bring it down to the timeline, I will watch it and then I'll bring it down. I'll edit it then, edit off the beginning. If I'm doing a lot of or if you're seeing everything while I'm trying to turn on my GoPro, whatever, things you don't need to see, I take those out. I take the end out because sometimes I can't because I say something right to the end, but you can hear the from my GoPro. So I try to get that out because that's an annoying sound. Then once I do to all the clips and I see how long my video is, I'll go back and find the things that don't really need to be in there. They're not telling the story. They're really nothing in there. I'll take out that stuff that just really isn't important to it. Then I try to get it down to a reasonable amount of time. Then I do all the other stuff with it. I might do some transitions, music. Sometimes if I want the clip to stay in, I will fast forward some of it, which I did today. You use OneDrive, access to all your stuff on all your devices. Yeah, I don't edit it all on my phone. I do have film more on my phone too, but I just prefer to do it at my computer. It'll actually make me work sitting here doing it. Yeah, he's stopping the film. Sometimes, hey, Hot Mess and Dutch Boy. Sometimes I forget to film. I've done that. Clickbait, like murder weapon found, and all they got was a rusty nail. Exactly. Streamlining the process of editing does help. Narrating on site and showing the wrap up on site has helped a bit. I don't have to go back in and add voiceovers and organize the finds to take. I don't often do a wrapped up. I did one this time, but I don't really. Yeah, you will, Dutch boy. Um, I don't really do wrap ups that much anymore. I keep digging metal detecting. Uh, you like editing on your phone? What you could. Yeah, I don't really. I don't really. Hey, Uncle Beep. I don't really do too much. Oh, should probably get down here. I was looking to see if anybody commented. They liked it, but I don't know if they're just watching it. Who's over here? Trevor Smith, Troy Carmichael. Oh, Dutch boy, you liked it on Facebook. That's very sweet. Thank you. The more likes, maybe they'll get out to more people. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know everything. I just pretend to. Um, but that's how I do it anyway. Yeah, a 13 to 15-minute video. I'm definitely putting in at least 3 hours of editing. Probably another. I don't even know how long on the thumbnail because I want to make sure the thumbnail's popping, and I'm trying to see what style is attracting more people. If I put my face on it, and I'm not like this is all weird for me too. I'm not a big fan of looking at myself. Carolyn Cowling, hello. Um, Dutch boy does 90% on his iPhone and 10% on GoPro. Yeah, I gotta probably lessen the amount I do on the GoPro. It's definitely showing its age, but it's been pretty good to me. It takes pretty good video. Um, my phone, I don't know. I'm gonna have to get some kind of tripod thing or something for it. I don't like the chest mount. I'm not a big fan. And I was checking out. I might still get it. The camera. It looks like glasses, but it's a camera right here that Shayna Ohio River History talked about once. I might get that. I don't know any of the fancy stuff on the GoPro, Dutch boy. You'd be surprised how many times that I didn't realize I had hit the multiple pictures. And I go to upload the video, and it's not a video. It's just 75 pictures. Aw. I have that. I have that. Let's see. My background mark. Ooh, there you go. So everybody can see it. I'll disappear this way. Here we go. Yeah. Just slide around. See? Mark gave me a kiss on my cheek. I use either my Pixel, Surface, Galaxy, or Chromebook to edit. Depends on battery life. I went ahead and purchased a gaming computer, and it's fast. It's really fast. I am not disappointed. So I do all my editing on my computer because, like I said, if I don't make myself sit here and do it, all that footage is just going to sit there because I'll probably never get to it. Oh, happy birthday! 64 is the new 46. Happy birthday. Night, Tracy. Thanks for popping in. Well, you're one of the few I wouldn't slap, Mark. But I got a big shadow behind me because I'm sitting too close to the camera. Oh, go enjoy Survivor. I forgot. Yeah, they switched to Wednesday nights a few years ago. It used to be Thursday night. My last thumbnail was a wood log that looked like a gator. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to go look at it. I don't think I've looked at it in a while. Hey, DB. Yeah, I don't know what's up with YouTube, DB. But I also didn't set this up. I think till yesterday afternoon. I really need to start doing it. Maybe Sunday morning. All your thumbnails are the same pictures of Sasquatch. I try to I try to take a when I'm editing. I use Filmora, and I can take a snapshot, of my video. So if I see like a good scene, I'll use that sometimes. Wow. I still drink. I still drink soda. I got the little tiny baby Coca-Cola cans. YouTube just took 48 views from one of your vids. That's crazy. Lewis was right. Yeah, do that. They just delete them, firefighter. I had that happen to me like I think last year. It took a bunch of views. Yeah, that happens too, DB. I had 803. Now I have 802. I wasn't gonna say anything about 800 until it stayed, and then I got up to 803, and then this morning it's 802. The YouTube does that. I don't know why, because there's channels I sub to on this channel from this channel, probably 10 years ago, and I'm still subscribed to them. So, and I don't watch them. Yeah, I know, Nicole. I've been watching your. Let me check you out. Expressions. Yeah, you're still at 99. Let me. Yeah, I'm putting expressions link in the chat. Some of you want to share them out. See if we can get them that 100. Actually more than 100 because you'll get 102 and YouTube will take 8. So, but let's get them up there. I find myself unsubscribed to from time to time, DB. I just went to Digger Dan's metal detecting because he posted on Facebook about something. So I went to his channel and I was like, well, I was subscribed. Oh, you got to try your new detector on Mother's Day? Very nice. Well, you got to remind me what kind of detector you got because I don't remember. I got to remember to sit back when I have Mark giving me a peck of my cheek. Because otherwise, if I sit too close, I'll get a big shadow. Exactly, firefighter. Actually, I mean, subscribers are kind of a little bit important in the beginning. Oh, you got a manicore. Very nice. At 100, you get to get rid of all those weird digits and numbery things. Like when I shared your link, and it's like UC3TL, blah, 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 blah. Then, oh, Chad shared you. Oh, now you have 105. There you go. Now, at 1,000, you get monetized, but that's not why I want to be at 1,000. At 1,000, you can go live from your phone. At 100, you can go live directly to YouTube, not through StreamYard or anything like that, on your computer. But at 1,000, you can go live directly to YouTube from your phone. So if you're out in the field and you're by yourself or whatever, and you found something really, really cool, um, you can share it with everybody live in the field. Now, if you're using StreamYard, you can still do it. You could set up to stream now through StreamYard onto YouTube. But why make those extra steps when you can go to YouTube and go live? Facebook, you can go live and you don't even have to have anybody following you or friends with you. So I don't know why YouTube's like that. Like now everybody gets community posts. You used to need 500 subs to get the ability to do a community post. So, and those are good too, because if you don't have footage to put up, excuse me, videos to put up, you can do some community posts. That's going to keep you a little bit in the algorithm, not as much as a video would, but it'll still keep the movement. And so it's good to have it. Oh, thank you, Chad. Lewis is gonna might get the Nox 700 when the 600 dies. Just get the 800, dude. 800, the 700 is like, I looked at the specs on the 7 and the 9, and I didn't see any reason to go from an 8 to a 900. Really none. Now, if I'm gonna upgrade, it would be the Mana Core. There was enough of a difference between the Nox 800 and 900 and the Mana Core to justify me purchasing, paying that much more for a machine. Small found a really old lid for a mason jar, metal liner, and a bunch of square nails. Very cool. Hopefully your luck changes, Alicia. So that's the other thing too. Speaking of machines and stuff, Buckle Boy put out a nice little post on Facebook. If you haven't seen it, you should go read it. And he basically saying that some things that I had said in a few videos back, and I do say in comments and in chats here and there that I'll give you an example of what these manufacturers do. Now, first and foremost, if they made a machine that lasted forever and you wouldn't have to replace it, they would go out of business. But these companies do make really good machines that last. So, number two is, well, they know that you have a machine that they've designed that is working well. They need to stay in business, right? Because that's why we all do what we do. We all work because we need money. They want to stay in business, so they're going to make bigger and better. So here's an example. You all know what Kirby vacuums are? They've been around since 1914. So the island of Hawaii doesn't have a broader market as, say, the state of New Jersey. There's a lot more people here, people in and out, different people all the time. Now, I sold them to Alicia. That was pretty good too. I take that to parlay into permissions. But the island of Hawaii, hey JVP, every single person there has a Kirby. Now, how do the Kirby reps and distributors out there keep being in the top in the sales? Because people always want shiny new. So, like, if I had excess money, I probably would have bought the 900 just because it's flashy and new and I want it. Probably only one sold there. But so they know basic human psychology is if somebody has the money, they're going to upgrade. So the 7 and 900, I don't know why they did that. Maybe because the 6 and 800 market was, the sales were maybe stagnating a little bit, maybe. Nocta is putting the pressure on some of these companies. So if they come out with from a 6 to a 700, one tiny little extra feature in it, or the 800 to 900 with one tiny little extra feature in it, people with the funds will buy it. Basic human psychology. So then you're going to see the posts on Facebook when any new machine that comes out that, oh, I went to a haunted out park that I hunted with this machine and that machine, and look what the new machine found me. No, it just so happened to be that you swung over it. And you didn't swing over it before. Now, some have pluses. They all have their pluses and minuses. AT Pro is horrible on the beach. Very chatty. You can deal with the chatty. You can detect on the beach with it. But oh yeah, it got stolen. You know, it has a serial number on it, and the Nox is really good on the beach. Really good on the wet sand, the dry. See the AT Pro you can use on the dry, it's fine. But when you get to the wet, not so good. Not so good. I prefer the AT Pro in the woods over the Nox in the woods, but that's just my preference. It's not because the AT Pro is better in the woods than the Nox. It's just I know my AT Pro better. I spent many hours learning my machine. And if you want to have the best machine on the market, spend that much time on the machine you have. When you know it so well that all you have to hear is just the tone and know pretty much 99% of the time what that target is, then you have the best machine. The best machine is the one you know. I'm missing the chat now. The only problem with 800 will take in water and coil ears and arm cuff will break. Been through that before. I haven't had that problem, Lewis. And my 800 has been in the water several times. But I bought it after everybody else had those issues, so I don't know. Maybe I just lucked out that I got a. But with the, I don't even know how many 800s sold. The number of ones that had that issue was actually not that high, percentage-wise. So manufacturing issues more than machine issues. Coil ears, yeah, that was a weak spot there. And if you tend to use your machine to help you get up, it's only gonna aggravate that problem. And my arm cuff is fine, but I don't. I've seen people break theirs, so no, that's great, DB. The Manicore is excellent. It is a good machine, very light. I was reading your comment about your husband bought it for you because he doesn't want to buy another one. Patty was at a park yesterday, got a signal. It was lid for a broken jar, but to her surprise, small vintage Lady Esther's milk glass cold cream jar stuck on the inside. Very cool, Patty. Did I miss anybody coming in? No. Anything's going on next week, though. I should be able to get Kelly first actual hunt. Awesome firefighting. Good luck to Kelly. You know what they say, beginner's luck. Patty's fixing lawnmowers. Yeah, it is pretty expensive in Hawaii. It's one of the few places, there's only two places post office pays the carriers more than they do nationwide, and that one of them is Hawaii. Let's see, what am I signing? Oh, Ed's here. What's Ed? Team Lynch. I think I said hi, but I'll say it again. Hashtag PG54Life. Those are all good machines expressions. I have the Pioneer. I also have the Bounty Hunter. I've never used the Fisher F-22, but I heard it was pretty good. Fisher makes good machines. The only thing I didn't like about the Apex was the sound of the tones. Outside of that, it's a good little machine. The Team Lynch, I think, have legends because they're legends. They have legends. Patty has a legend. Nicole has a legend. Very good, Mark. That's the right philosophy. Swing what you like. I would say swing what you like and can afford. But I would say don't buy the weird stuff off of Amazon. Go with brands that you've heard of before, or somebody has at least heard of before. Alicia has a legend too. DB has the Bounty Hunter Lone Star. I'm gonna stick with my Nox too, Flash. If I upgrade again, I actually am thinking about I'm thinking about the Deus anyway. Mark the Berg has a legend, and yes, we all know he is the OG legend. Nothing wrong with the Ace 400 either. I've seen people find some incredible stuff with that. Like I said, doesn't matter the level of the machine. I should put it that way. I found some pretty cool stuff with my Bounty Hunter Tracker 4. I found my first silvers with it. So it's a good machine. Yeah, they do have legends. Oh, the X Terror on the surf the other day. Very cool. Hopefully, Carolyn, and maybe we'll meet up this summer. I've been swapping back to my Nox 800 to use the smaller coils. Manicore doesn't have a small coil yet. Are you happy with the Manicore Practical Ken? That's an awesome gift, DB. And we're proud of you too for getting through cancer and chemotherapy treatments. We are grateful that you are still here with us and you are better. So you take that machine out and swing it and swing it and spend hours on it and know it better than anybody else. Like I said, the best machine is a machine you know. I don't I don't think you can interchange the coils between the Manicore and the Nox, from what I understand. Oh, I bet that'd be a relief, DB. Hey, cuz. Yeah, so that was a fun conversation. We went from editing to machines. So I know we've talked about this before, but what software does everybody use for editing their videos? I use Filmora. I did some shopping around. Um, I tried all the different ones with their free versions just to see to vacuums. Yeah, we did talk about vacuums, and I landed on Filmora. Just kind of like what they offered. I like what they give you for the money you spend. Um, and it's not super intricate, although it seems like it could be when you see some of the videos made with Filmora, but it's really not. Gotta have patience to do some of the fancy stuff. That's all. It's very user friendly. That's why I liked it. Nicely done, Lewis. Yeah, and bounty hunters are good. Like I said, I found my first barber dimes with the bounty hunter. Slash is not trying to say his name out loud, Patty, but he's napping. He's sleeping. Video pad video editing. I didn't check out that one. I'll have to look at it. Power director. Oh, what are you talking about? Windows Movie Maker? I loved Windows Movie Maker. You could do some really good stuff with Windows Movie Maker. Ed uses Filmora. Go find some good stuff, Alicia. Lucky Duck's using iMovie. I think Gypsy uses iMovie. Firefighting still using iMovie. iMovie. Pouring rain where DB, I don't know, LL is. All right, Alicia, go find stuff. Find some good stuff. This is what I found today. Ooh, nice little silver quarter. Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't know. I think Adobe Premiere Pro is pretty good. I mean, once you know it, you know, we video with your school account. Yeah, I use like I said, I use Filmora. I was a huge fan of Windows Movie Maker. I don't know if you go back. I think uh, in my videos, like one of the first ones is a video I did on Windows Movie Maker of the Tough Mudder, probably the third or fourth one I did. Oh yeah, somebody did ask something about an intro. Who was it that said something about an intro? It was 25 seconds too long. I believe that's what you asked, and I wanted to get to that and touch on that. Yeah, don't do. If you're gonna do an intro, try to keep it under 30 seconds. Yeah, I don't know why they did away with Windows Movie Maker, and that's a really good that's a really good editing software. I guess because it was free. It does, don't it? If I move this way a little bit, there you go. Turn my head. If I can figure it out. There. And this way. There. Now he's kissing my cheek. Right, it does take time to watch them. That's why if you want to spend a little extra time editing, you want to make sure you keep their attention there. You don't want them to fast forward to when they see you pull something out of the ground. Although I'm sure they do. I see what my average view duration is, so I know people do. Question for YouTubers: do you get mean comments occasionally, and how do you reply back? I got one last February, and um, it was when I went to the Texas Treasure Show. And in my video, I was talking to a woman. There was a pair. There was some longhorns there, and I was telling her about something I had found in New York at the dig stock, and don't feed the trolls. Um, I know this guy watched. Wasn't even a real YouTube channel. He had created it like 5 months before. Anyway, so he was like, I just love when Northerners say, don't know what longhorns are. And I was like, well, if you would actually listen, I was just telling her about a hame's end and how they go on the end of the yoke. And I said to her, I know this isn't a yoke with the longhorns. I said, but it's kind of the same, similar shape. So I said, I'm just going to show you on using the longhorns. It would have gone right on the end here. Then um, somebody asked me about my GoPro and the setup I use, which I can show you. I use this. It's a selfie stick. I need to get a new one because it doesn't selfie anymore. But this is what I use. This is where my little GoPro's home is. And I got the idea. Well, I don't like the chest mount. I don't like the hat mount. I don't like any of the mounts. And instead of walking around like this, I use this. And I was telling her, because I was holding it, she asked me about it. I said, well, I got the idea from Aqua Chicker because he has a longer one. And then he has where he like welded on this little handle piece here too. So it's like pretty much stationary. You know, he just uses it like he holds that handle here, and it just stays. And I was talking about, and then he had commented, "Oh, somebody better tell." I don't. He spelled aqua sugar totally wrong, and so he's got a stalker. And I was like, "Dude, can you spell his name right first? Then we'll tell him that I stalk him." You know, use an opening title picture and closing picture with your credits. So that was like the only one, and I said to him, I said, maybe you should listen instead of just watch. And I left it there, and I was nice to him. I just showed my intelligence, and he ran away with his tail between his legs. Hey, Mike, great finds. I now have two intros. I use the one that I have when you go on my page. It's 30 seconds. And then the other one's probably 8 seconds. And that's the one that I put with the drums. And it's just, you know, you see me and the coins moving around on it and stuff. The one I used to use all the time. I know you're not talking to me. I don't think I gave anybody coin. Carolyn. Oh, coin. I think you meant queen. That's true, DB. Mean people hate it when you're nice to them. So, of course, you'd love to kill them with kindness. I used to always tell people, you ever try to yell at somebody that's smiling at you? It's kind of hard. It's kind of really hard to yell at somebody that's not smirk, but smiling at you. You know, honest smile. It's hard. So I got, you know, we all have people that just don't care for us, and we've all met people that are mean, and I just smile at them, kill them with kindness. I had a coworker, supervisor. He didn't like me. He did in the beginning, but then when I was still new and I was out late, it was torrential downpour. He had to work late because I didn't know anything about where I was delivering, and so he had it in for me after that. And he was always mean and nasty to me. But every day I'd come in and say, "Hey, John, how are you today? How was your weekend?" When he come back off of vacation, "Oh, hey, um, how was your vacation? Did you have a good time? We're at such and such place." And hey, you know, when I come in, you know, for lunch or whatever. Oh, hey, John, how's it going today? Are you having a great day? And, you know, after a year of doing that, because he couldn't be nasty to me, you know, what excuse could he use? I was being nice. I wasn't being facetious. And 7-year-old niece. And uh, you know, after a while, then he was like friendly to me because I just wore him down. I wore the meanness right out of him. You can't argue with someone that won't argue back. Yeah, it makes the person arguing with you a little angrier too. It's kind of fun sometimes. I honestly don't care who don't like me. I like me enough for everyone. Same here, DB. I tried to kill him with kindness. I said, dude, relax. Over the edge to the point of having a heart attack. Thanks for joining us, firefighter. You have a great night. You stay safe too. Probably going to cut this short tonight anyway. I mean, you know, we keep going an hour and a half. Um, oh, Butch Holcomb liked it. I don't know if anybody's. I don't know if anybody's been commenting from Facebook though. But Butch liked it, so I hope you hear me, Butch. Butch is awesome. I have to still write this article for that Revolutionary War British Navy button. Either kill them with kindness or just take them down if they're just being nasty. Constructive criticism, not a problem. Yeah, I usually just say, "Who pissed in your cornflakes?" No, LL, but you just brought it up. Have a great night, JBP. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. But this is your project this week, so I'll set the I'll set next week's live stream up probably over the weekend. So keep an eye out for the thumbnail. Excuse me. Tell everyone to give the troll a thumbs down. Hey, King Bear 757. Oh, anytime you want, Mark. Just let me know ahead, and I'll send you the link. Um, your project this week is to comment on the video a subject you would like to discuss, and we discussed pretty good ones tonight. And then and it doesn't have to, whatever subject it is, except for political, religion, and all that stuff that make everybody angry at each other. None of that stuff, but anything else you want to talk about, put a subject in the comment section, and then I'll spin a wheel with the subjects, and whatever it lands on is what we're talking about. I don't know if you guys think that's fun or not, but same here, Alice. There's a lot of lives I don't go to anymore. But yeah, Mark, anytime you want, I'll have you up here. It would be an honor. Lows in the 30s there. I don't know what it's supposed to be here, Mike. Are you going to DB in DDPA? What's the low tonight? Oh, not bad. 47. Good sleeping weather. Yeah, I know that feeling, Patty. And it's hard to not do that and all that ends up being sometimes as uh, just a learning lesson every time. That's all. I have a loving heart too. I wear it on my sleeve. But maybe one day I'll learn to be a little more guarded, a little more picky. But my issue is I trust you first. But when you destroy that trust, there's no repairing it, no repairing it. Homework, come on, teach. 2 Whoppers, an 8-piece nugget, medium fries, and a Coke for dinner. Wow. I bought little chicken patties from Lidl, and I made chicken parmesan and tortellini. Coney dogs. Ooh, fried fish and how's the move going, Shannon? I know you'll keep it PG most of the time. Hey, Dirt Clod, good to see you. Lucky Duck always trusts first too. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, because I think we're the ones who get our feet shot more often because we trust first. But I will say about people who trust first, when you break that trust, there's no going back. You earn trust and you break it, and yeah, you might got a chance of having it repaired, but it goes well with the poison ivy. I could swim in poison ivy and nothing. Shrink. Well, I can't help it, Alice. It's just the way I was made. Or Maria. It's just the way I was made. I give it to you, and then you break it, you don't exist. But I should be a little more guarded, but I just can't do that. Just not my personality. Dalton blow scares off poison ivy. It does. Except for my brother. We're talking about it now. He's probably breaking out in poison ivy. No GMOs or bioengineered ingredients. That's good, DB. You know, I will tell you this. I did some reading research. I'm no expert, but a lot of our problems today is wheat is literally in everything. Like everything, wheat. And because it's genetically modified wheat, that's our biggest issue. So all those gluten intolerance that we never even heard of when we were young. And like there's a book called the Wheat Belly book or something like that. Wheat's in everything, and wheat makes you hungry. And I did a little experience experiment myself to see if this was accurate what I was reading. So one day I made sure that I ate nothing that had any form of wheat in it whatsoever, which is really, really hard to do. Look at ingredients. It's really hard to do, even when you think it's something healthy. Oatmeal, oatmeal has wheat in it. So I made sure that I ate like only fresh vegetables for a couple days, clean my system out. And once I did that, and eating fruits and stuff like that, and meats and no wheat, nothing touched, no wheat touched anything. Then I had a buttered roll for breakfast one day. Now, all this time when I totally did without the wheat, as you can tell, I had wheat tonight. I totally did without wheat. Um, I wasn't really that hungry. Well, I never really am anyway, but really not that hungry. Ate Jim Steele, and then um, when I ate that roll, for you, those of you not from anywhere near where I'm from, it's a Kaiser roll with butter on it. So I had a buttered hard roll, and probably 2 hours later, I was ready for lunch. Ready for lunch. I was hungry, and I noticed that like if I have something with wheat in it, yeah, I am hungry. Not much later, so it's weird. They were right. Wheat makes you hungry, especially this modified stuff we've been scarfing down. So it's really hard to and expensive. And it shouldn't be, but it is expensive to eat healthy. And I don't mean fast food joints. They've always been, oh my god, a hair flying around. They've always been really inexpensive to attract people who really can't afford healthy food. Soy is a killer. Yeah, Danny boy. I'll say, yeah. Friendly, but my distrust is high. You assume they're assets too. I'm skeptical though. But like I said, like I do a lot of people reading, and so I generally get a read on people, and I've been wrong, but not really that often. So I guess, but my personality point type is to not total trust. Like I would not trust a stranger with my life, but I would trust you enough not to hurt me. But it's burned me before, and it'll burn me again. It happens. It probably does. I don't know if it does, PA Relic Hunters. Might have to look. They might put it in there as filler. Uh, let's see. Allergic to onions. It's rough to avoid onions or in everything as well. Yeah, they pretty much are. Prepared foods, anyway. I like that saying ass hats. I know one true one, but I'll leave the name out. We all know one, Danny boy. Maybe two, maybe three. Money equals good food. Yep. Oh, I know that's Robert. Clark's Cove. Why does healthy food have to be expensive? It tastes half so good or worse than junk food. Well, Lewis, junk food is high in sodium and high in sugar. And those are the two things that attract us. So that's why healthy food, the healthiest food you can get is farm grown chicken, free range chicken. Because, yeah, somebody just said about the estrogen in food. It is. They're pumping the estrogen into chickens so that they have bigger breasts. And because when you go to the supermarket, you don't want the true size chicken breast, which is not that big. You want that big jumbo, feed a family of 50 chicken breasts. So yeah, and the same with cows. They're pumped with estrogen too. Yeah, good. You're very right, Shannon. Who knows? I mean, the way everything's so expensive now. Even junk food's expensive. You see what a candy bar costs? I mean, what was I looking at? That Oh, I was looking at I was like, I need to get snacks for work. I like to have something with sugar, just to have that little sugar rush at the end of the day, just to make it to the end. Because can't drink coffee, I'll be up all night. And um, I was looking at the Chips Ahoy. You know, $7 for a small thing of Chips Ahoy. $7. Are you kidding me? It is a killer, DB. I agree, but I just love the sugar in a Coca Cola. So I drink a lot of water, Nicole. Um, but I don't drink that much soda. I mean, I don't drink 10, 12 cans of soda a day. I have one. Sometimes two. I was off today, so I had two. But that's probably where a lot of my beetle shape is from. Um, what is it? I don't know, Danny boy. I think that age they don't care anymore. 80, 90 years old, 70, 90 years old eating junk food. I love ginger ale, Nicole, but I like Coke too. Hey, Sweet Diggs. Hey, Songwitz Laura. It is hard not to eat sugar, and sugar's in everything, man. Like, just take it has different names. It's not just cane sugar. It's in everything, especially prepackaged foods, pre-prepared foods. Definitely. I mean, definitely the only way to eat healthy is don't even buy your vegetables from the supermarket. They're sprayed with wax and stuff like that. Those peppers and all that stuff, tomatoes have been sitting in a warehouse before they even get, for months before they even get there. They're so preserved. Go to the farm stands, grow your own. No, it wasn't people said eggs are bad for you. It was that one diet dude said eat bacon, and then he had a heart attack. What was it, Atkins? Although eggs are high in cholesterol, the egg yolk is high in bad cholesterol. Brown water is the greatest drink ever. Coffee. Oh, beer has a lot of sugar. Those little what do you call them? The little yeasts that ferment the liquid into alcohol. They have to eat. And they eat the sugar. That too, Nicole. And by the way, most of it's um, not even grown in the soil. That's why we get it year round. It's all mostly hydroplants, which taste a lot of the taste away from it too. Yep, I was going to say that expressions, but I didn't want to. Moonshine. It does look like water. That's right, Lewis. I used to tell my sister-in-law, and people that would go on these diets, be like, look, you're gonna fail. You're depriving yourself for 6 months or however long they're on this little diet journey. I'm like, look, give yourself one day a week. That's a cheat day. That doesn't mean wake up in the morning, fill your face full of, tasty cake and Hostess and Sara Lee's. That just means, you know, don't limit yourself one day a week. Give yourself the guilty pleasures that you enjoy, because you're going to fail. The desire is going to become so strong. You need to. You need to. It doesn't have to be once a week. It could be once a month. You need to be able to know you have access to that in order to maintain the healthier lifestyle. I mean, I could live without Coke and have it one day a month, and just drink, soda all day. Yeah. Do I want to? No, but I could. Hey, Dave and Lori. But everything in moderation. That too, like if you eat a slice of cake, say a 3 ounce slice of cake, you cannot gain 40 pounds. Doesn't work that way. So it's okay to eat that piece of cake. Not the whole cake, but that piece of cake. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up for it. Um, Plus, I wouldn't eat it at 10 o'clock at night if you go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. That's the other thing. Try to eat your sweets when you're active. Like I said, I like to have something sweet while I'm working, because I know I'm walking 13 miles. So that's why I still look like a beetle. See, I'm round and then little skinny legs, like a beetle. Well, they're not skinny legs, but Rusty Finds. You're having a fourth of a piece from a half of sheet cake. I bet you were, Chad. Ooh, mint chocolate chip organic ice cream tonight. I made mint chocolate chip ice cream once. Tasted like toothpaste. I put too much mint in it. Just don't eat the whole cake. I don't even think I could. So I guess we could wrap this up pretty soon here. So you guys know that when I set up for next week, probably over the weekend, I'll set up for next week. Put a subject that you would like to have all of us discuss, because it's not just me, it's you guys too. Um, Although it probably seems like it's just me because I have to read the chat and sometimes I miss things. I have to scroll back and then it gets all quiet and you guys all go, "Is she frozen?" And then I'm like, "No, I'm just reading the chat." Awesome, Carolyn. Um, so, oh, I got it. Oh, I still have your dime here. I have to send that to you. Almost forgot. I got to do that tonight. Um, you would have been staggered ass if you'd been able to stand. That's funny. I don't think I've drank that much of a strong water in a long time. What did I miss? Moderation. That's a downside to being an adult. Yeah, we don't know how to moderate. They do hurt, Chad. There's nothing to do about them. We don't have our 20-year-old bodies anymore. Nice to see you too, Songbits Laura. So yeah, when I set up for next week's live stream, definitely comment something that you would like to talk, all of us, to talk about in the chat during the live that we could all go back and forth about. And we'll spin the wheel and we'll land on it. And whatever we land on, we'll discuss. And then if we get tired of discussing that, we'll spin it again and see what else comes up. So, like I said, whatever you want to talk about, we talk about all kinds of things here. It doesn't only have to be treasure, because all the treasure's here already, and that's all of you. So, yes, most of us dig in the dirt and look for treasure, but um, the treasure is the time spent with each other too. And so, anything you want to talk about, if you want to talk about, you know, like I said, the latest movie I saw, Guardians of the Galaxy, the third one. I miss the water we had when I grew up. Very deep well and had iron in it. Made the best coffee. Yeah, I grew up on well water too. You're getting older when you go to buy wine, sell for ice cream. Yeah, that's all right, Sweet Digs. We're here every Wednesday. You can always watch the replay. You can fast forward too and really mess up my average view duration. Great idea for a subject title. Awesome, Shannon. All right, so we'll wrap this up. Remember, guys, the most recent Scream was the last movie you saw. Wow. Wait, weren't they just making one? Or are you talking about like 10 years ago? I know that I haven't been to the movies since before COVID. I know that. So it was a first trip back. So let's wrap this up tonight then. It was great seeing everybody. Thank you so much for um, joining in on the stream tonight. Um, I'm so glad each of you came here and hung out with me. Hey, Stephen Binder. I am living well. Thank you. I almost missed your comments because, StreamYard should be able to separate the Facebook chats from the YouTube chats. That would be cool. So, yeah, thank you again, guys, for joining. And I hope you had a good time here tonight. I'm looking forward to next week. We'll play Spin the Wheel of Subjects. Yeah, Slash is asleep. And you know what? He's going to be up all night now. Oh, thanks, Danny boy. You have a great night too, Piney Man. Hashtag Team PG5 for life. For sure. All right, guys, get out. If you're going out hunting between now and next Wednesday, may you find some amazing things. And thank you for helping to clean up the earth in the process. Make sure you cover your holes and take your trash with you. That's just being a good detectorist. Peace out, people.